Matthew and I this opportunity to talk about our favourite subject, which is Mosaic Clubhouse. I am Louisa Ness, as you heard. I'm the Chief Executive here. My first brush with mental health services was when I was 16. I then had a very brutalising experience as an inpatient in my early 20s. And at that point I decided, okay, there's only one way to sort this out. I need to get into the mental health professional side of things and change it from within. So I went off on a mission, and I was the first ever Maudsley Hospital patient to be allowed to train as a nurse, which was pretty radical in those days. I stayed in the NHS for over 30 years in mental health services, and I graduated from being a staff nurse to being a deputy chief executive and chief operating officer in a big mental health trust in South London. I left that recently to become the chief executive of Mosaic Clubhouse, which I love. It was when I was a general manager in 1994, I met a really inspirational professor of psychiatry working in Lambeth, which has the reputation of being the psychosis capital of the world. No one knows why, but it has 6 times as much psychosis as anywhere else. And services, as you can imagine, are pretty pushed. He said to me one day, what we need is a clubhouse. So I said, okay. He said, off you go. So I did. I did the research. It's an international organisation. There are currently 341 clubhouses in 32 countries, serving 100,000 people a year. We work to 36 recovery standards. We're assessed every 3 years against those recovery standards very rigorously indeed. And we not only pass every time with flying colours, but we are now one of only 10 training bases in the world. We're really proud. The reason that we are different is because the people that come to us are members. They're not patients, they're not diagnoses, they're members. Every single thing we need to do in the clubhouse, to keep the clubhouse going, we do side by side. So the model is deliberately understaffed. There are very few staff, so that we need the members. So when we say, please, we need to clean the toilets because we all use them, we do it together. If we want to eat a meal, we have to cook it together. If we pay the bills or the electricity goes out, we do it together. If we want to do a PowerPoint presentation, Matthew did it for me tonight. Being given a diagnosis of mental health is devastating. It's a life-changing experience. The NHS has got better with cancer and with diabetes, and it wraps a blanket around your recovery. That doesn't happen with mental health necessarily, and there are still mental health professionals out there, sadly, with a pessimistic outlook, who will tell you you've got a diagnosis and then tell you, well, don't expect you'll ever work again. As well as that, you get the self-stigma, you get the hopelessness, you get the unemployment, you get the poverty, you get low-quality housing, sometimes homelessness, all of this. The worst thing of all is the bereavement, the loss of all your hopes and dreams, and the withdrawal and isolation. What do people want? We ask people living with mental health problems endlessly, what do you want? They want exactly what you've got. They want exactly what I've got. They want to belong. They want a job. They want friends. They want someone to tell them that they matter. So when they pitch up and they do something, they matter. And that's what we do. That's what we do at Mosaic Clubhouse. We give people a role. They're not a patient, they have a role. They're equal to us. We work side by side. They belong. They feel needed and wanted, and most of all, they have a purpose. We have optimism and hope for them, and they are very much valued. Our outcomes in 2013-14 were better than ever before. We're supporting more and more people every single year. Our focus on employment and education is deliberate because many lives are fractured. Many people never get as far as employment or education because of their diagnosis. So we put extra emphasis on that. We've moved to new premises in April this year, and our referrals have since trebled. So the challenge, you're familiar with these Ipsos Mori figures about IT literacy generally. There are 85 people a day at any point in our building, all trying to get onto 26 computers all at once. We need the computers just to do what we do all day, every day, as well as to find jobs for people, to find education, to help people with their CVs. We have 26 PCs at the moment, 14 of which are over 5 years old, so obviously they're on their way out. If we could have more, we could do so much. So we're looking for money for new PCs, please. A smart board would be even better, but we'll stick with new PCs for now. If there are any employers in the audience, please talk to us. We have a unique, groundbreaking service of transitional employment. If you could give us entry-level jobs, we currently have 13, ask me about them later, then we can transform even more lives. We also, if you've got access to clothes, our members need clothes to wear for interviews. So what would it mean if we got this money? We're currently working in partnership with Lambeth College, who are running free classes at the clubhouse, and they can currently squeeze in 15 people a year. We've got this unique cutting-edge project with the South London and Maudsley Trust and the Institute of Psychiatry, where 30 people are now being trained to access their own health records online. This is so empowering. This is amazing. Then we've got, we could increase the number of people who can find employment and education, as I said, write their CVs. Currently 65 people a year. We think with more computers, we could probably help 400 people in the next 5 years.
Hi. I started attending Mosaic Clubhouse in 2012 after my partner committed suicide. The bereavement and depression I felt led me to isolation. My psychiatrist at the time said I should look at Mosaic Clubhouse to see what they have to offer. When I arrived, the staff and the members made me feel welcome, and pretty soon I went from attending just once a week to every day. Each day gave me structure, and I felt my efforts were contributing to something, which gave me a sense of achievement. I came out of my shell and was able to build social circles again. I was given the encouragement and support to move on with my life. With the help of Mosaic Clubhouse, I am now searching for a job. And in my spare time, I spend volunteering at the clubhouse because I feel so passionately about what they do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, questions from the floor.